welcome to Demystify the Divine, readings and tools to connect. Hoping you guys are doing really, really well. We are now officially in Leo season, and things are heating up. It's a little spicy. It's a little, I want to say, time to step into your passions, time to not be afraid to be seen, to be heard, to really, I want to say, get some ground, gain some ground in some of those, I want to say, those ways that you are choosing to be on purpose and living your life and contributing to the collective. So curious to see how everyone is doing with that. And oh, that's so cool. Retro Halloween radio. Oh, that's cool. Well, thank you that I rock. I hope I live up to the hype. I love the retro Halloween radio thing. That's really freaking cool. So hoping everyone's doing well. When I was tapping in today, just to sort of connect and see where we're at, what our guides want us to know. I kept getting that I needed to pull a card again. So they're on the card bandwagon. And it's funny because I'm actually, I don't know, I may have mentioned this on another social media thing, but I haven't really been in a big card space. I go in phases where sometimes I'm all in about the cards for myself personally, and sometimes I'm not. And I haven't been, but the guides have been like, no, cards is important. Cards is important. So let's see what we got for this particular, I want to say the particular energies of where things are at. This is the second time I've gotten the Sun card this week. So I feel like our guides are giving us a message. And by the way, this is a Leo card because Leo is the sun. Leo is all about, shining its light and being the center, like not necessarily the center of attention, but like the center of things, wanting to be sort of in the middle of all of it and able to really be of service in those ways. So I think this is really funny. The guides are reinforcing all of that. And with this particular card depiction, I want to talk about the sunflowers. So sunflowers actually seek the sun and seek the light. So they have the ability to turn towards the light. They have that ability to, and it happens pretty quickly. It happens, over an hour or something like, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a short period of time that all of a sudden it just kind of turns its little head and it's facing the sun, and the sunflowers follow the sun and follow the light. So what can we learn about sunflowers as we're sort of stepping into our own Leo energy? We can learn that we need to follow the light as well. And I'm hearing following your own light. Where are you at with your own light? How are you feeling about yourself right now? And sometimes that can be a sticky wicket. We all have things about ourselves that we don't always like so much. I say we have the things that we absolutely love about ourselves and the things that, need improvement, right? I'm feeling like the card is inviting you to even try to see some of the good in the things that you deem are not so good, and use that energy of the sunflower to turn into the light. This particular season, Leo season, is very much giving all of us an opportunity to not shy away from the truth of who we are, and to not shy away from the things that really light our fires from the inside out. And we've been through an interesting time with COVID over the last 3 years now. We're on the other side of it. We're definitely on that, on the other side of the hill, or on the, out of the tunnel. But we're also really in a space of, what are we creating? What are we building? It is all new. And there are a lot of us who are right now kind of like, I don't know whether I should be taking a break from this. It's all too much. I think I talked about this last week or the week before, that people are just feeling really overwhelmed with a lot of things. So the sun is coming up to say, shine your light and shine it brightly. And don't worry so much about what you need to fix or tweak. Be more in the space of, that's all part of the package. The The sunflowers often, it's not depicted in this card, but the sunflowers often have the dark center within the beautiful yellow petals. And that just symbolizes that we are all made up of the light and the dark within us, and that it is about integration. It's not about separation. It's not about annihilation. I talk about that with the ego. We don't want to annihilate the ego. We don't want to eviscerate the ego. We want to bring the ego a little more in alignment or in balance. We want to repurpose the ego and make that ego space work for us. So yeah, that's really interesting. I'm going to pull another card as well, because I feel like this was a little on the nose with what's going on. So let's see what things I want to say, really consider about that shadow that some of us maybe are avoiding or a little hesitant to connect with, or maybe you are really connecting with that shadow and you're feeling a bit overwhelmed with it. So let's see what we got around that. Oh, interesting. The Hanged Man. So we've got two major arcanas, which also means, by the way, we're in it. We're in it right now. We're in it. This is definitely that's, overarching soul path and pattern that we're on. And the Hanged Man, or the Hanged One, it's about enlightenment. It's about limbo. It's about surrender and letting go. It's about understanding that sometimes we have to turn upside down in order to give ourselves a different perspective. And I feel like when we are talking about the shadow side, or our shadow selves, or those aspects of shadow, the Hanged Man says, you know what? I'm actually going to look at it from that different perspective. I'm going to change up my space. I'm going to go for a little vacation, or a staycation that is giving me the opportunity to see things about my city or my town or my area that I've never explored before. It's an invitation to say, well, if I'm not moving full steam ahead and I'm stopping to enjoy the sunshine and really be in that space of service, and how do I want to show up and contribute, then I also want to see where I'm at from a number of different angles, kind of so that I have all the pieces of the puzzle. And what I really love about the Hanged Man, I'm saying love right now, and I'm kind of laughing in my head, because this is the card that so I'm not a fan of the Tower, but I'm also really not a fan of the Hanged Man in many ways when it comes up in a reading for me, because it's like, my A-type goes, what? You're going to put me in wait mode? I don't want to be in wait. Give me a yes or a no, but don't give me a wait, and don't give me a maybe either. Give me a clear direction. But really, I feel like we need to take some time. We need to be observant of everything that is at play around us, because it's not so much about, overlooking the fine little details and the minutia of life. It's more about recognizing, is this still what I really want? I've been going after this specific goal for X number of months or years, or somebody told me that this is what I needed to do, and I've been, really focused on that. Or maybe I've been so scattered that I know this is sort of my goal, but I haven't known how to grow into it or to approach it, and I'm not really sure what to connect with or how to move forward. We want to evaluate, is it still really your goal? Is it still really going to align you with your truth and align you with that ability to shine your light and to show up and to take up space and to feel confident in the space that you're taking up? Hanged Man gives you the opportunity to take a step back and evaluate. It doesn't mean you're not going to move forward. It just means, you know what? You don't have to move forward right now. There are some other things that are at play. And maybe if you move forward too quickly, you're going to miss out on some important information, some important steps along the way. And this card also is an invitation to, I want to say, to breathe deep. It's an invitation to pause, to stop and smell the roses, and to be a human being, not a human doing. So where in your life, where in your space can you, I want to say, kind of embrace the energy of the Hanged Man or the Hanged One, and and really be in that space of looking around at what's really around you, what's really in your environment and in your space. And are you using everything that is at your fingertips? That is true enlightenment. I feel like I'm a broken record here too, because I feel like I talked about this last time, but wisdom is wonderful to have, but it's a nothing burger if you're not applying it, if you're not really taking what you've learned and growing with it. And the Hanged Man is giving you that opportunity to evaluate what you have learned, what you're continuing to learn, what you want to learn, or where you're headed. Is that still on target with what you want to learn and where you're going and growing? So interesting. Very, very interesting. So also we've got a 19 and we've got a 12. So 19 breaks down into a 1 and 12 breaks down into a 3. So I feel that we are dealing with new beginnings, the energy of the new beginning, the new, the being seen, it's about me. And the 3, when we break this down, the 3 is about the creation of that. What do I need to create in order to support what it is that I'm choosing to step into, what I'm going and growing into? All right, Keone, let's dive in and take some questions tonight.
Oh, cool, because Ragu isn't backstage, but he got beat today. He got beat to the punch for the first time in 18 months. He got beat by Lindsay. Lindsay,
oh my God, I'm so glad to see you. I was thinking about you the other day. And by the way, as a psychic, I always have to preface this. When I think of my clients a lot, and you guys pop up into my head, but it's not because, oh my God, there's something horrible happening. It's because I'm like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a while. How are things? So I'm so thrilled to see you today.
Lindsay, if I could get her to be 5% as excited to see me as she just was to see you, it'd be a great
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having you.
Absolutely. What are we tapping into for you? Do you want a card pull, a general reading? What are you feeling?
I maybe just a reading. I kind of have a question actually. So my mom's in a facility and I've been thinking for a while that it might be time to move her. And I'm kind of being faced with this decision that I got to make right now. And it's like kind of about the money and kind of trying to be forward looking and all of that. And I'm just feeling kind of torn and would love some direction on that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. All right, let's tune in and see what your guides have to say around that. So it's definitely time to move your mother, but I'm seeing like 2 different options that you're toying between. And I want to say to you, I keep hearing the second option, the second of the 2. So this could be the one that showed up second. It was second in your, I want to say in your research that you came up with, or it's the second option, the second choice. And what I'm feeling is it's kind of like you're looking at, if we go, you outweigh the pros and cons. If we go here, it's going to cost a lot, but she gets this and this and this and this, and everything's pretty much covered. If she goes here, it's not as great of a reputation, but she still is being cared for really well. And there's going to be a little bit of room to kind of play around a little bit with the money. And I want to say to you, I feel like the message that you need to hear is you don't have to spend the multiple, thousands of dollars, because I feel like this second facility and it's not a second tier facility, it's just the second choice or the second option. I feel like it's going to serve her really well. And I feel like the staffing there is actually going to be more, what I keep hearing is like more her speed. So like people that she's going to feel safe with. So in this instance, I feel like the higher cost option is not necessarily the right option. But to give you validation, yes, she does need to be moved from the one facility to the other, because they're not capable of giving her the level of care that she needs. But these other two options that I'm sort of seeing floating around you definitely have that capacity. And it's the less expensive one that I feel is actually going to serve her better. So I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but that's kind of what I'm tapping into. And you're concerned because you're like, I don't want to put my mother in a hole. And you're not. She's not going to live in a hovel. I feel like this is still, a good quality facility. It just doesn't have the bells and whistles, let's call it, or the higher reputation. But honestly, what I'm feeling is that money is not to say that facility doesn't live up to its reputation, but it doesn't really live up to the hype in those ways. So the second option feels like the one where your mother's really going to thrive and she's going to feel what I keep hearing is safe. She's going to feel safe there. She's going to feel safe with the people that she is being cared for by.
Oh, wow. That's interesting because that's not what not what I was expecting. I saw two places and there is a price difference between them, and the price difference seemed to kind of correlate with a quality difference in my mind. But yeah, I guess maybe not.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the second choice, or the second one that I'm seeing, it's almost like, if I could give you the description, it's kind of like it might be an older looking facility, like they haven't put a lot of money into updating, but the quality of care and the people, it's the staff that I feel is really where it's at. You've got quality staff. So I want to say to you in this instance, don't judge a book by its cover.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was curious about. I
All
appreciate
right.
the guidance.
Well, I'm so happy to see you today. I hope you're doing well, and I'm sorry that you're going through all of that stuff, but hopefully this will give you some food for thought and sort of give you a little more confidence as you're making this plan. And as you know, and I tell everybody, your guides are going to go ultimately with your choice. So they're going to support whatever you choose. If you decide to go with the other option, it's not like it's going to hurt her. It's just something that I want to say is kind of above and beyond that she doesn't necessarily need. But if you feel like that's the better place to go, your guides are going to support you in that.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you so much. Good to see you both, as always.
Nice to see you, Lindsay. Oh my God, I don't have my lights on. If I close my eyes, I'm gonna disappear in here. Let's get to Ragu. Ragu, you got beat today, buddy. How does that happen?
I guess I was a little slow in clicking.
That
It
never
was
happens.
a game.
Right, that never happens with Indus, so you might need to let her click next. I'm just kidding.
That's so funny. Hi, Raiku. How are you?
Hi, Stacy. Good to see you.
Nice to see you too. How was your weekend away with the grandbabies?
Oh, fantastic. Except the flights were delayed.
Yeah, I told Indu about that. I said there's going to be an issue with flights, so just be prepared for the delay, but that everything else was going to be pretty smooth. So
Both sides flights were delayed.
yeah,
Up and
that
down.
seems to be going around a lot too with the delays. People are struggling with that. Actually, Keone, I think, just went through that. He came back from California and he was delayed. He got in at like 6 a.m. this morning. So lots of that going around. So what would you like today? Would you like a card pull? Do you have a specific question that you want me to tune into?
Card pull, please.
Card pull. All right. Let's see what you need to know. And let's stick with the whole sort of shadow thing. We were talking about, sort of what do we need to know about our shadows. So let's see what you. Oh, beautiful. Knight of Wands. So another fire card. So definitely leaning into that Leo season piece. And Knight of Wands, I love the Knight of Wands. Some people don't, but I love the Knight of Wands because it's that you're taking action on your passions. You're committed, you're loyal, you are on it. You're moving forward. You're seeing the path before you. But I feel like this is connected to how you are in service. So it's not so much that you're doing this for yourself, it's how you're helping others, how you are putting your, I want to say, putting your stick on the ice and shooting the puck. So I feel like for the reading here around the shadow side, I feel like this is kind of about work and giving yourself permission to, I want to say, go that extra mile. There, it feels like there's going to be an opportunity for you at work to step up a little bit, or to kind of get in there and save the day, or you have an idea and you decide, okay, I'm going to go ahead with this and I'm going to get it started so that I can present it to the boss and say, here's what I was thinking. What do you think? Before I put any more time into it, I wanted to, see if this works for you. And I feel like what this is going to do is it's really going to make you kind of look like the knight in shining armor, but also where you're infusing yourself a little more passion. You're kind of excited about it because they're excited. Oh my God, you did this. This is fantastic. Can you do more of it? Or yes, please go ahead and continue with this project. We can see how this is really going to benefit. And what it does for you is it kind of lights your fire. It gives you a little more motivation. You enjoy more of the things that you're doing. So I feel like you want to embrace that Knight of Wands energy, because there's a part of you lately that has been feeling a bit bored, and going back to work has been great for you because there's more interaction, and you're in it again, right? Like you're having fun being a part of something. But the work that you're doing, I want to say, is it's less about the work that's giving you that pep in your step and more about being included, being a part of a team again. So this is saying, step up and shine your light, take the initiative and lean into a project a little more, because it's going to use some of your higher level skill set that you're really good with, that you enjoy doing. Because what you're doing right now, it's beneath you, but it's stuff that you used to have people do for you, right? So, it's kind of like you're recognizing okay, like it's fun to be a part of, but at the same time, I still want to have something that's a little more challenging, something that lights my fire. So that's what I feel you want to kind of focus on with the shadow work during this next period of time.
Oh, this is so apt. Just incidentally, just today, that's what I started.
Oh, fantastic.
Just today, I had a long talk with my boss, and then presented him an idea, and then said, "This is what we should do," and this is exactly what I started just this morning.
Perfect. Well, then this is validation for you that you're on the right track, and that you are going to feel very much, I'm on purpose, I'm on mission. And it's not only that I'm doing something for somebody else, I'm also enjoying what it is that I'm doing for that somebody else. And that's, I feel like, the piece that's kind of been missing for you is just that enjoyment piece. At first it was like, yay, I'm part of a team and I don't care what I'm doing as long as I'm a part of the team. And now it's, okay, I kind of do care, and I do want a little bit more, more meat and potatoes to what it is that I'm doing. So congratulations. That's awesome.
Just potatoes, no meat, please.
That's right. Yeah, you and me both. We're both vegetarians. Yeah, so no meat and potatoes, just the potatoes, just the starch with lots of butter. Delicious. I love it. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Raghu, for coming on today. It's great to
what happened to Neo? I don't see Neo or Marilyn.
Geez, you got me.
That's right. We got Keone. Keone's the mascot.
Whoa.
Keone, what are you doing, man?
Listen, if you want to see this comment from this morning, from Jacqueline that says, Keone, do you have it all together yet? I was a train wreck this morning. Okay, I did nothing right.
It wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. It kept things light. It kept us all on our toes. Merlin is laying down right here. He's looking at me, watching me. They all have not had their dinner yet, so they're a little bit upset with me that I went into the kitchen to fill my water glass, but I didn't feed them. So they're kind of like, all right, doing our work. We're ignoring her for a little bit, but we got our eyes on her because the second she gets up, we're on it. So that's what's going on with them.
Just tell them Raghu will take care of them.
Okay, I will let them know for sure.
Thanks,
That's
Greg. Where's the hand?
Well, Indu is not feeling very good, so
And is very far away today.
Oh,
and he's Indu.
6 feet distance.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Raghu.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Keone. Thank you, Stacy.
You're so welcome.
We got a packed house. Look who just popped in
I
here.
love
Jennifer.
it. Well, hey, how are you?
Hello.
How are you, Jennifer?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Is this your first time on, or just your first time where you're going video?
Oh no, this is my first time on. I started following you a few weeks ago. So
Awesome.
this is my first time here.
Welcome, welcome. So would you like a card pull today, or do you have a specific question that you'd like me to tap into for you?
Maybe card pull is good.
Card pull. Awesome.
Thank you.
So in keeping with the theme, let's kind of talk a little bit about, where you're at with the shadow. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so I've got the Four of Pentacles for you and another card flipped out. Oh, interesting. So we've got Four of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles. So I want to talk about the Four of Pentacles first. Feeling like when we're talking about sort of the shadow energy, I feel like you got a little bit of scarcity and lack going on. There's a little bit of fear around where is that next thing coming from. And I'm a little concerned because I did all this work and all this prep and all this effort, and I'm not quite seeing the results yet. And Four of Pentacles is coming through to say, we got your back. If you think about Four of Pentacles, it's kind of like the dragon always protecting the treasure. So your spirit guides, your dream team is coming through to say, we understand that you're concerned about this because you have put a lot of time and effort into this, but we want you to know that it's just a timing issue and we're covering everything. We got your front, back, sides, bottom, and top. I'm also feeling like there's something coming up. You've been concerned about a particular, again, work issue. Work is coming up, a particular work issue, and you're concerned about how the optics of it, how things are looking, or how someone else is seeing you or seeing it or seeing the circumstance. And what I'm hearing with this is everything is a-okay. It's all about, so four is always about a foundation building. And I feel like this particular optics issue is connected to something that you laid foundation like a while back for that no one was kind of paying attention to, or no one was the wiser about it. And now that it's going to come up and there's this optics issue, I feel like the work that you did back then is actually going to support what's going on now. So I don't feel like you're losing your job or anything. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably a 3 on the scale of things, but it's definitely something that I feel like you're looking into this and going, I don't quite know how this is going to turn out. I don't quite know how this person is seeing me or viewing me. I can't quite get a handle on how I'm being perceived. And this is saying, don't worry about it. Everything is okay. You got it. Let's talk about the Two of Pentacles here. So this card is a card of resource and balance. And I think that's interesting too, that we were talking about. I feel like a little bit of that lack and scarcity. Just that you're a bit fearful because you're like, I've been down this road before and this all looks really familiar. And I know I'm being, told to trust, but I've also, trusted before and it didn't work out or it didn't pan out the way I thought. This is coming through and saying to you, the difference between then and now is you've got the resources in your purview. And I'm hearing what I'm hearing is control. Like there are certain things that you do have control over. What are those things that you can control in your world, in your life right now during considering this situation? So go with what you know. Connect. I'm seeing Jennifer, lots of love, heart stuff from Heather. That's awesome. Thank you, Heather, for that. I'm hoping that this is resonating with Jennifer and I'm not letting you down for having her bring you here or how that worked. But definitely feeling here that it is about you recognizing where you already are stable, where you already are secure, focusing on the things that you do have and that you can count on and leaning into that. Not to say that you can't want more, because I feel like the more is coming, especially when we put these two together. It leads into a 6, which is harmony, balance, and alignment. So your harmony is coming. It's definitely on its way. But the key for you is not getting bogged down in the what ifs of maybe it won't show up in the way that I want it to, and stepping more into the space of what can I count on? What can I control? What is in my purview right now? Because that's going to give you a little more of that sense of confidence, that sense of security that everything is going to be okay. And I don't have to get caught up in the monkey mind of the what ifs, because that's really what this is for you. It's you're in the what ifs. That's that scarcity and lack. The what if this and what if that and what if the other thing happens, and oh my God, then I'm going to be right back to square one, or I'm going to be right back where I was before. And I don't want to do that. You don't have to. Focus, go with what you know. I used to say that to my voice lesson clients all the time, my students. Go with what you know that you're capable of, what you know that you can do, what you know you bring to the table, and bring it well. Bring your A game to those things, because that's going to boost your confidence. And this is your spirit guide saying, we got you. We got you. We're protecting your treasure. We're protecting that vision, that goal, that thing that you're working on. But I am hearing that there is a timing issue. And by issue, I mean, it's coming. Just don't get caught up in the thinking about the timing of it, because it will show up in exactly the right way at exactly the right time. And it's going to be all right. But it's very rarely on our own time. And I think that's kind of feels like that's the piece that you're getting hung up on. I'm also hearing some kind of relationship issue with you as well. And I feel like this relationship issue feels very connected to you feeling out of control. So when we are talking about, the resource, the balance, what can you control? Unfortunately, we can never control another person. We can only control our own responses to another person's choices, or what another person presents to us. And it's a shit sandwich sometimes, but the beauty of it is that I am in control of the choices that I make in relation to what you're doing or not doing. For what it's worth, I feel that the heart pressure or the heartache that you're feeling is going to dissipate, and it is going to dissipate through, I want to say, firm communication, like holding firm to your boundaries and really stepping into that, what can I control? That's all I need to focus on. I don't need to focus on anything else. I don't even need to get caught up in the will they or won't they game. I just need to focus on here's where I'm at right now, and I'm going to trust that everything is a-okay. So I hope that makes some sense for you. Absolutely. Really good to have you on for a first time. Thanks for being with on video too. Not everyone is so daring and bold. So rock on, girl.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
You're very welcome. My pleasure. Hope to see you again.
Thank you. You will. Thank you.
All right. Oh, Keone has a friend. Hello.
Yeah, she was sitting there listening to the show, and she said, "Can I come over here and have a reading?" And I was like, "Sure, whatever."
So well, what's your name?
Madison.
Madison. Nice to meet you, Madison. Would you like a card pull, or do you have a specific question?
A card pull.
Card pull. All right. So name of the game tonight. Oops. The name of the game tonight. All the cards just flew out, but there's only one that turned over. So I'm going to call that yours. The name of the game tonight is our shadow self and what we're focusing on with that. Okay. This is beautiful. So you got Page of Pentacles. What I love about the Page of Pentacles is pages are sort of a student energy. There is a lot of that service space as well. And we've been talking about that. That's been coming up, especially with the sun today, and that being in service energy. Pentacles energy is like my thoughts that have finally come into fruition. It's my thoughts have become a thing. It is now tangible. What do I want to do with it? And I feel like for you, you're in the process right now in your own personal life. And I feel that this is a personal journey. We're talking your self-awareness journey. So deeply personal, energetic. No one else can take it with you because it's all about you. And I'm feeling like you've been really in this space of being called or being led to understand why you do the things that you do a little bit more often, or getting a deeper understanding of why you do the things that you do. And also from an energetic perspective, trying to understand the magic of manifestation. You know, everybody talks about this manifesting. How do I manifest for myself? And I'm seeing that 2 weeks from now, there's going to be a certain experience that you're going to have that's seemingly going to come out of the blue, but it's really because you did manifest it. You just manifested it a couple of months ago and you've forgotten about it because you were like, okay, well, it didn't work, or clearly I did something wrong because I didn't get what it was that I asked for. And you've kind of let it go. And all of a sudden it shows up. And it's going to be a really poignant moment for you because you're going to recognize, oh my God, I really did just receive that message from my source or from my guides. Like, I know that is not something that would have just been a random coincidence. And I want to say, like I'm feeling right now as I'm tapping into it, it's going to kind of move you to tears a little bit because you're just going to be like, oh my God, you didn't forget me. And this shit is real and it does really work. And I just need to kind of learn to let things go a little bit. That's the secret of it. So you're wanting to learn and you're in the school of life where your dream team is going to show you, but they're not going to show you in the ways that you're thinking. I feel like you're almost like on this path of looking for a mentor or looking for somebody who can teach you or show you. And your guides are saying, yeah, we can do that for you, but we can do that for you in the meantime, you know, until that right thing comes along and you're feeling like you're resonating with what's coming into your path. We're going to give you the opportunity to show you in real life, in real time, that we are listening to you and we are bringing to you what it is that you need. Also, there's a younger person, and I want to say a younger girl, but it could be a younger man who's more, I want to say, leaning more into his divine feminine side, because we all have the divine feminine and the divine masculine within us. And I feel like this is someone that's going to be coming around in the next couple of weeks for you that's really going to be struggling with something that's weighing on their heart. And they're not going to know how to present it. They're not going to know how to communicate it. They're not going to really be able to understand the why. And they're coming to you because you have the why. You have the answer. And I feel like it's really important that when this person comes into your space, that you really open yourself and you listen and that you give, because there's a potential for you to be scattered and doing your own stuff. You know, you got your own to-do list and this person comes up and there's the potential that you could miss it. You could, I don't have time for that. I'll get back to you later. I feel like it's going to be a reminder today for you. We're planting a seed that when this person shows up, you're going to get that sense of, okay, this is what's important. All the rest of it is going to sort itself out. Let me just stop, take 10 minutes and really connect with this person because they need it. It's a game changer for them. It's something that they're never going to forget. I don't know if this is someone who's already in your circle and is very close to you, or if this is going to be sort of a random experience where you meet them on the street and they're asking for directions and you end up having a little convo about it. I don't know, but I want to say to you, you make such a difference by sharing, by listening, and then by sharing whatever it is you're going to share about their particular issue. And it has to do with something that they're not seeing. So be open to that, because I feel that you're kind of an angel in disguise for that person, and it shifts their path in really positive ways. So I don't know if any of that's making sense or resonating with you, because it's a lot of future forward stuff that's coming through. But that's what I got for you today, is that beautiful Page of Pentacles energy.
Awesome. Did you say we can show you or weed can show you?
We.
Oh, okay. I didn't know which one. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into the weed, by all means, you do you. But I said we.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, I guess that is our 3 questions plus a bonus. So wonderful to have everyone on today. I'm so glad that you guys all tuned in. Hoping everyone is doing well. As you are embracing this Leo season, just remember that it is your time to shine your light. Don't be afraid to shine your light, but also don't be afraid to have some perspective around it, and make sure that you're looking all around you, kind of doing a little bit of a 360 perspective before you dive all in. You can absolutely dive all in, but have your ducks in a row first, or at least have an idea of what's around you so that you're not wasting your resource, if that makes sense.
I just want to remind everybody real quick, coming on live almost guarantees you to get in as many as we can get to, and then we try to get to comments. So sometimes we have more lives, sometimes we don't, but please continue to still ask in the chat, so when we don't have enough lives, we can at least get to the chat. Thank you, everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. So one quick little thing, I have created a completely free community called the Black Feather Community. I have a wonderful event, a live event that I started a couple of months ago that's been a huge hit. It's called A Gathering of Phoenixes. People of like minds and like hearts coming together and talking all things metaphysical. Zero cost to you. And when you join this membership, you're going to be able to access the Gathering of the Phoenix every month for free. And we're also doing a community challenge every month where we're all getting together and just sort of deepening our spiritual practice, but doing it in a community way. Because let's face it, a lot of us feel really alone on this journey. You know, you might not have family or friends that you can talk about these things with. You might be, you know, the lone wolf or the black sheep or the sparkly purple unicorn, you know, in your inner circle. And so this is a great place for all of us to come together and to, you know, develop some new friendships and to get into a space where we don't have to talk about the superficial, that we can really have deep, meaningful conversations about things that are really happening in our lives in a very safe space. So I wasn't prepared and I don't have it to sort of drop in the chat, but if you watch my posts and whatnot, I've been putting it out everywhere a lot. And you can always go to my website, theblackfeatherintuitive.com, and I'll make sure next time that Keone has that link. It's my bad. I've been so in the clouds lately. So thank you guys so much. If you like what you see here, feel free to like, subscribe, and click the bell on my YouTube channel. What does this say? Is the community gathering event fixed on a particular day or date? It is not on a consistent day or date, but it will consistently be on a Wednesday at 7 p.m. So it'll be once a month. And actually, I'm getting together with Marianne, my assistant, next week. And we're kind of hashing out the schedule for a number of different things. So once you join the community, there will be, you'll have access to it. And we plan to plan it out at least 6 months in advance so you guys can get it on your schedules as well. And you don't have to miss the experience. And then the Spread Your Wings challenge is just, you can go in every day and there's a beautiful chat community. So we're all able to kind of chat with one another in a really safe space. It's called Mighty Networks is the platform that I'm on. So really excited to be introducing that and can't wait to see you guys there, and have a great rest of your week. And we'll see you next time. Ciao. So awkward pause. Are we getting an outro, Keone? Maybe Keone is frozen. Oh, the joys of technology. Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
I was frozen. Sorry. It froze as soon as you said goodbye and I went to press the button, then it froze. All right. See you guys.